Well, I was gonna start working on the fish room tour and the rest of some more plumbing today, but I have no power. Because squirrel got in the lines or something. It's all flickering and then nothing. Well, once again, good thing I don't have filters. So last video we ended with the outflow system here. These tanks are still a bit cloudy. I'm still waiting to get the pump. I don't quite have the money for that yet, but sooner than later we'll hopefully get to that. Plus I realized I never stemmed them all together, so I got some 4-way pieces. I'm gonna go down in between here and glue and stem it down towards the pump, which means I'm just gonna connect it. So back over to the shrimp rack, which we were working on as well. But while we wait for that, we'll get back to this shrimp rack here. This is where I've got my lighter substrate side. So I was getting the sand ready. It ended up raining on me. I'm still waiting for it to dry for just this last tank. Like, I'm pretty close to having them done. I'm so close. But on the other side of this shrimp rack here, I have a darker substrate, which I've got it set up for Neocaridina and Caridina. And then the Neocaridinas, which I've got baby fish in here, they're baby Glossolaphus maculosus, real rare fish, so kind of took over my orange Neo tank. But I like to use the Eco Complete for that. Which I got a couple bags that I have been holding on for quite some time, just waiting for this moment. Some of those bags, bag of Brightwell has been expired for quite some time. It's grown some things in it, but you know what? I'm not scared of that. The shrimp will be fine. Not worried about it. I'm still gonna use it. So I still gotta do these bottom tanks and the top tanks, and I go every other one. So like Neocaridina, vice versa, depending on what I want to put in there. I may go with more Caridinas in here, especially since I know my Caridinas are breeding well with just in my well water, which is that tank. Oh, and you know, no shrimp rack's complete without some Julia chromis marleri cichlid tanks. Breeding like crazy. Oh, look at those guys. That's probably bad. Anyways, I got to do a whole fish room tour. I'll be showing you guys more of this, actually walking through tanks. And also, this is the Carib Sea Eco Complete. It says no rinsing or anything like that, but I never rinse it. I just let the water out. I'm not a big fan of the water, just because it's full of nutrients and it grows a lot of algae. You know, it doesn't look that big on here, but
I know, and how do you get close enough to show its size?
That thing is huge. What the hell? Well, cleaned up that tarantula mess. Good God. Oh no, snail down. Rabbit snail escaped. Be careful with that water level. Them guys. And got those done as well. Now I need to put some rocks in them. Look back in the back. I got rock piles in the back of all these. And with my Caridinas, I like to put in some driftwood. Nice little shadow panda. What the baby Glossolaphus maculosus look like. Little guys. But enough to put the pressure on the shrimp to not breed. Got all these done here. That'll be for all of those, which I think I'm gonna just run these over into the 40s. That way it stays clean, not like run individual piping, which should come out through here. So now I've just gotta put all that up. Take a little break from plumbing, and I'm gonna end up setting this Aquarium rimless that I got from the Petco 50% off. They actually had these 50% off. And if you didn't see this build video, I posted it this week on the channel that had the beta Killifish 10-gallon setup idea. Check it out if you didn't. Lady LRB found some mosquito larvae in one of her containers. So these will be a good treat for these guys. As far as the breeding project went with that build video, here's the rest and how it went. Normally they're going to be in a pretty dark setting, so that should really set the mood for them. Pretty sure they're spawning in there. This is about a half hour after. Yeah, hour. Oh, they done one inside. But they got a good spot. They've been so fun to watch too. Oh, there they are. They are definitely friendly with each other. For now, hopefully they stay that way. Let's watch them. I think they are. I think they're spawning. Look at them. I'll have to check these mops later. So they were all lovey-dovey. Oh no, look at his tail. See, he's getting beat up. I think they're getting hangry. You guys. Come on, man. I had to take him out. He's already getting beat up. No risky business. Oh yeah, see. What? Come on, you guys. Give him a little tap to knock it off, but see what happens. I guess I'm gonna have to play referee. It's because they're so hungry, I think. It's bread. Oh, his poor tail. Oh, what do I do?
Sounds like he needs to recover.
Yeah.
Even if you saw.
So now I guess I'm gonna just check these mops and break them up for a little while. Try again. Oh, it's gonna be a pain with all that root. What you want to do with the mop is just kind of go through it, look at it, see if you see any like crystal ball looking things. I don't see any crooked in between. Well, unfortunately, I've went through them, no eggs. I was hoping since they just met that they would, even though she wasn't really egged up. So I should separate them, get them on some live food, get them more fattened up, ready to breed. And we'll try again. Alright, got them out. I guess I'll just let this sit. Should have just put cardinals in it and aquascaped it. Which back in temporary holding they go. Catching mollies for some orders and did get some into the fryer rack. Had a bunch of them. Let them grow up. So they all came from up here, which is just loaded with fish. Since this didn't work with the Galaris for the meantime, we'll try again. I've got some fun little Panchax Sheili. Male and female. Now the female actually has some spots on her. She's got a little girth to her too, so I don't know. Might as well try them out while it's all set up and ready. And Henry, if you're watching, I'll ship them your way here after I give them a little go. Try to get some eggs out of them first. Set the scene first. You always want to get the mops in before. It's best that when they're introduced into the tank, it's familiar. It's not like you're adding to it and already disturbing them, so they'll go in undisturbed. And I did get a big Indian almond leaf. Sycamore leaf might work well too for some of you guys. There you go. That'll give it super coverage and antibacterial and fungal. Look at that guy. Beautiful fish. Make me some babies. Oh, yeah, I gotta use my rock. On his way. Ooh. Now I gotta get back to shipping. Well, they are paired up. There's looking a bit black water in there. All the tannins. I'll keep an eye on them. They really like hiding up underneath this Indian almond leaf. I think I'm gonna need to open up the doors and air it out a little. Now I really need to get back to the shrimp rack and working on the plumbing system. Get all my rock piles in before I put up the water change system, that way it's a lot easier. These killies seem to still be doing well. Still mosquito larvae in with them. Lights out, but I'm gonna jump into the plumbing. I've been wanting to get this done so bad for so long, so I'm gonna make it a late night. It's gonna be a little trickier than the fry rack that I was doing because I'm gonna have to like angle up and get into these 60 gallons and have it all connected. So it's gonna take some custom pieces and stuff. I'm not gonna be showing all that. I'm just gonna try to work through that. If you guys wanna see more, look at the intake. YouTube search LRB water system intake. And it should be a video on how I did all that. And once you get the basics, you can figure out how to line your water, where you want it to flow. Top here with these plants, but look down here. This is a cool view. It just keeps going. Tanks on tanks on tanks. All right, getting through this plumbing here, but expanding between the racks, I come up with a brilliant idea. So I got to make my way between. So what I did is use a metal rod here. That way it can support the pipe that goes across. Now I won't have to worry about it bending or flexing over time. It's gonna be nice and sturdy. And I can wrap plants around it too. So hopefully I can get plants to wrap around and then drape down. That would be awesome. Which would create a cool curtain here. Eventually I'll get rid of all this and this will just be all plants. So it's about to, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. And the rod is secured in. It ain't going nowhere. A few screws. But yeah, that method will allow me to jump rack to rack when connecting all the water systems. The intake is done on the shrimp rack. Woo, woo, woo. That's exciting. Even got the 40 gallons over here and on the back. Now on a couple of these tanks, these two actually, only these two, this kind of hits the tank and metal on metal. That one ain't too bad. But this, the metal is just tapping right onto it. So I just got a piece of foam, made a nice cover for it. Now it's nice and safe. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this, hit that like button as well. I'll have more coming out on the shrimp with the Caridina and the Neocaradinas, more of how they're doing with the fish room tour coming up. But check out the website, lrbaquatics.com, if you want some good homegrown aquatic stuff. Until next time, take care. I'll see you on the next one.